return to the VALVIK Marble League with Event 3 of Season 2, Archery. Hello everybody and welcome back. My name as always is Frankie, and we're glad to have you here. So then, last time out in the league, Team Echo took gold in the Funnel Endurance and climbed all the way up to second, a few points behind the Sky Scouts in first with the Balls of Zen in third. Let's move on to the main event, Archery. Let's take a look at that winning run from the Sky Scouts last season. The rules of archery are very simple. 3 marbles will go down the track launched by the spinner into the target on the right. The more centered your shot is, the more likely it is you'll get points. That white block over there will give you 10 whole points. But if you mess up, you will land in the red block, which only gives you 1 point. Teams can make use of the wall up there to correct their run. As long as you get on the board, all is fair. As you can see from the Sky Scouts here, they had a brilliant run and they managed to set the record for 20. Let's see if any teams can break that today. Look at that brilliant run, 20 for the Sky Scouts. This is the run from Season 1. We're starting off with Team Whiteout, reverse championship order. Team Whiteout is first. And we are off. Captain Albo will be running first. That is a nice shot there. That's a 6 to start. Second marble now. And that's a 10. Already we have a bullseye. Third marble now. They have 16 so far. To break the record, they need at least 5. And they can't do it. It's a 3, but that is still 19 for Team Whiteout. That is a very decent run to start. Talk about laying down the gauntlet for this team, who have had a pretty awful start to the season. Will this be a turning point for them? 19. Team Whiteout are in first. Flaming Cherry is up next. First marble on the blocks now, rolling down the platform. Launching into the spinner now. Oh, and they seem to mess up somehow, but they still manage to keep it under control. It's a 2 to start. That is the second worst run you can have. Unfortunate for the Flaming Cherries. Second marble now. Oh, and they mess up big time there. They're just about to recover though. That's a 4. They have 6 so far if they want to beat Team Whiteout. They cannot beat Team Whiteout, but they can still at least get 10. And they cannot do it. It's a 7. The Flaming Cherries only score 13. Yeah, that was a very big blunder for the Flaming Cherries there. They were lucky enough to not get into the 1. They were just about to. We're just lucky enough to bounce there and get into the 4. Kitsune Rush now. I believe that's their Captain Spirit rolling down the track now. First marble to go. And we get a 3 for the start. Second marble on the track now. Oh, and that's a 1. That is a disaster for the Kitsune Rush there. We've seen that a lot of times last season in archery, and teams don't seem to have learned from their mistakes, unfortunately. Final run almost goes to the bullseye. That is a 7. So far they have 11. That's our worst run so far today. Look at that. That was a brilliant correction from that last marble there. They were just shy of the bullseye there. Unfortunately, it was not enough. They are in third with 11. Sushi Squad now. First marble on the blocks. That is a 4 to start. So close to the 6 there. Unfortunately, that counts as a 4. Second marble now. That is a 7. That's a lot better. So far, they've got 11. And finally, let's see if they can round it off with a good result. Doesn't seem like it. It's a 2. Ah, unfortunate. That is a 13 again. And by my calculations, that is the exact same run that the Flaming Cherries have had. But let's see which one of them will be ahead. I think it might be the Sushi Squad, but we'll have to see. So far they're in second with 13. Atomics now. First marble on the blocks, that I believe that is their reserve orbit. And they seem to be messing up so far. They managed to bring it back, but that is still a 2 that is way too high up for the first marble there. Neutron now. That's a 6, that's a lot better. So far they have 8. They can be in second if they get a bullseye now. Let's see what Electron can do. When they seem to have having some difficulties at the spinner there. A lot of difficulty actually on the spinner there. Oh, and that is a disaster there. Ah, completely misjudged the rotation of the spinner and ended up in the 1. That is a 9 for the Atomics. Yeah, they get launched straight up into the air. Have a very bad contact with the wall there, and then careening all the way down to the 1. So far, they're in 5th with 9. Poison darts now. Captain Arrow taking their time. They're going to the block. Let's see if that pays off a little bit. Certainly seems to. That's a 6 to start. Venom now. That's a 3. So far they've got 9. They can tie with Team Whiteout if they get a 10. And that's another 3. They cannot do it. That's only 12 for the poison darts. Still, given the results of everybody else, that's still going to be pretty high up there. So far, at least. Best run, a 6. And they're in 4th with 12 points. Coastline Crescents now. A team that's very well known for finishing in 9th place. That's a 7 to start. That's not bad. A 6. They've got 13. Taking their time down the spinner. Very good launch. That's another 7. That's not bad from the Coastline Crescents. They have 20. They do not beat the record for the Sky Scouts, but they do take the lead. It's not bad. Look at that launch from that last marble there. That was a brilliant recovery there. Brilliant launch into the spinner for another 7. It's not bad. And yeah, with 20, the Coastline Crescents take the lead. Let's move on to the last run of the first half. The cue balls. 11 ball on the ramp now. And that's a 3 to start. Here comes 9 ball now. That's a 4. They've got 7 so far. Finally, it's their reserve, 13 ball. Oh, and that's a 2. Ah, that is a disaster for the cue balls there. A 2, a 3, and a 4. That's only good enough for 9 points. That is as bad as the Atomics run. Unfortunate for our defending champions. Indeed, the cue balls in 8th out of 8. So then, the Coastline Crescents in the lead. Team Whiteout and the Sushi Squad round out the podium so far as we move on to the second set of runs. Starting off then with the Hammerheads. Bronze medalists, of course, in our last event, the Funnel Endurance. They get a 4 to start. That was a very strong launch there into the 4. Second marble now. That's a 3. They've got 7 so far. This run could have some potential. But they cannot do it. Ah, that is an 8 for the Hammerheads. It could have been so much better. But the last marble just completely misjudges the rotation of the spinner and ends up in the 1. Yeah, Hammerheads in 9th with only 8 points. The Carbon's up next. That's 2 to start. And that's a 10. That's a bullseye. Let's see what the last marble can do. And that's another 2. 14 in total. That's a very average run from the Carbons. Let's see how high that gets them. But yeah, that was a brilliant run from that marble there. Second marble from the Carbons. Right into the bullseye. Almost close to the 7, but they're just about to get it right. They're in third so far with 14. Golfbirds up now. Silver medalists actually in last season's archery. First marble now with an 8. It's not a bad start. Second marble now. Oh, that's a 1. They have 9 so far. They cannot beat close line questions, but they can still beat Team Whiteout if they get a bullseye. Oh, and they do! That is a brilliant recovery there from the Golfbirds. They get 19, and I believe they take second place. Not bad from Eagle of the Golfbirds. They get a bullseye that they so desperately needed. Second for the Golfbirds with 19. Let's move on to the Scorperiors. First up, it's Jab. And they get a 4. So close to the 6, but it's only a 4. Second marble now, routing down the platform. Oh, and they mess up again. That is a 1. Finally, I believe that is Arthropod. Let's see if they can recover it. Just about with a 6. They have 11. But yeah, that was an awful attempt there from that Scorperiors marble. They get launched all the way up by the spinner, almost a little bit backward as well, and they get that contact with the wall, and it all comes undone. Only 9th for the Scorperiors with 11. Sailors up now. First marble, a bit too eager there. That's a 6 to start. Could have been a bullseye, unfortunately. Second marble now, I believe that is Anchor. And that is a 1. That sucks. Finally, I believe that is their reserve Swabby on their debut. And that's a 2. Only 9 points for the Sailors. A lot of teams with 9 points. Let's see how they stack up against them. That was unfortunate for Anchor of the Sailors. They completely misjudged the rotation of the spinner and ended up in the 1. Only 10th for the Sailors with 9 points. Balls of Zen now are silver medalists in Final Endurance. We move on to the top 3. Yang is up first. And they get a 3 to start. Second marble now, almost to the spinner. And that is another 3. They have 6 so far. Let's see what the last marble can do. Ooh, and again with the 1. They only have 7. They got launched vertically by the spinner and then straight into the 1. Look at that vertical launch from the spinner there. Bad contact with the upper wall there, and then just ended up in the 1. That is a 7 for the Balls of Sand. They're in 14th and last. Team Echo now are gold medalists in the Final Endurance. Here they go. Captain Bio is up first. And they start off with a 1. That is a bad start for Team Echo. Second marble now. A 7. That's a lot better. They have 8 so far. Let's see what the last marble can do. And another 7. That is a good recovery for Team Echo. They have 15. I believe they move on to about 3rd or 4th. But this also means that the Coastline Crescents and the Golfbirds are guaranteed to medal. It's only 4th for Team Echo. Let's see what the last team, the Sky Scouts, can do. Remember, our gold medalists in both the first event of Season 2 and also this event as well last season. Let's see how they recover. Oh! Oh, but that is a disaster for the start for Captain Avian there. That's a 1 for the Sky Scouts. Can they recover? We've seen some recoveries from previous teams, but can they do it as well? They get a 7. That's an 8. Let's see what the last marble can do. And that's a 10! That is a good recovery from the Sky Scouts. They get 18, but they cannot challenge the podium, which means the Coastline Crescents are gold medalists in archery, with the Golfbirds and Team Whiteout in the podium. But that was a brilliant recovery there from the Sky Scouts. It could have been a disaster for them, but instead they finish in 4th, which is a good haul of points. But the Coastline Crescents win gold, with the Golfbirds and Team Whiteout on the podium with them. Balls of Zen, last in archery. Congratulations to our podium finishers, Team Whiteout, Golfbirds, and our gold medalists, the Coastline Crescents. Well done to the Coastline Crescents, the second of the new teams to get a gold medal. Congratulations also to the Golfbirds and Team Whiteout. They both sit on the podium again. Well, let's see how the standings shake out. Sky Scouts are still in the lead with Team Echo and the Golfbirds now in the top 3 with the Coastline Crescents in 4th. Balls of Zen and the Sailors drop to 5th and 6th. But that's it from us today for archery. Next up, it's the first 2 events of the minor league, the Swing Wave and the Relay. We'll see you there. Goodbye.